Hello dear students and welcome back. This English lesson is for grade 7 and the topic is Learning to Learn. I'm Ksenija Rumora, your English teacher today. After today's lesson, you'll be able to understand the text about learning by listening, write about your learning plan, but also to talk about it and present it as well. For today's lesson, you need the usual stuff: a notebook, a pencil, a device with internet connection, and a QR code scanner. Please bear in mind that you can pause this video lesson anytime you want so that you can work at your own pace. Ready? Let's begin. How do you feel about learning? Thrilled? Happy? Or just like this emoji? Learning to learn. What a topic, you might think. Let me guess. Right now, many of you have probably this question on your mind. Is it possible to learn how to learn? And if brainstorming, which words do you associate with learning? Think about it for a while. Have you maybe thought about organizational skills and motivation? Let's say that motivation is the key thing, and you have it, and you are trying to learn effectively. You are doing your best trying to memorize facts, and you even use flashcards, and you stay up half the night studying, and you still have poor results. Well, today we shall try to change it. And how? Well, you'll see, because you are off to great places. Today is your day. But first things first. In order to follow the listening tasks easier, let's go through new vocabulary. I've prepared 13 words and their paraphrases, definitions, split on 2 slides. So, we shall start with first 7, and they are to get by, to retain, to grasp, to cram, to be hard-wired, to take hold, and to spread out. The paraphrases are to cover a large area, to understand something, especially something difficult, to take control, to be able to live or deal with a situation with not much money, to keep something, to force a lot of things into a small space, and to be stimulated. Your task is to do the matching in your notebooks, so please pause this video lesson and do the matching. Let's check now. To get by means to be able to live or deal with a situation with not much money. To retain means to keep something. To grasp means to understand something, especially something difficult. To cram means to force a lot of things into a small space. To be hard-wired means to be stimulated. To take hold means to take control. To spread out means to cover a large area. Good job! As I have previously said, there are 6 more words, expressions, and they are to slice and dice, bits and pieces, a fallacy, to chunk, a chunk, and thoroughly. The paraphrases are completely or fully, to organize information into a large unit, small pieces, a large part of something, to break down into small pieces, and something that is not true. Please pause the video lesson and do the matching in your notebooks once again. Let's check. To slice and dice means to break down into small pieces. Bits and pieces are small pieces. A fallacy means something that is not true. To chunk means to organize information into a large unit. A chunk is a large part of something, and thoroughly means completely or fully. Well done! Let's practice vocabulary by playing 2 games. The first one is Find a Match, English words and their Croatian counterparts. In order to play it, please pause the video lesson and copy the link bit.ly/findamatch into your browser or just scan the QR code. Enjoy the game! And the second one is match the words with their paraphrases or explanations in English. In order to play it, please pause the video lesson, copy the link bit.ly/balloonslearning into your browser or just scan the QR code. Have fun! Before listening to the text Learning to Learn, let's have a look at these 3 questions. Why was she a poor learner? What did she actually do? And what did she manage to do? First, please pause this video lesson and copy the questions into your notebooks. After that, try to predict the answers to them. Have you got your predictions written down? Okay, let's move on. In order to listen, copy the link bit.ly/learning-to-learn into your browser or just scan the QR code, listen carefully and check your predictions. Let's have a look at the answers. She didn't know how to learn effectively. She wrote out the information over and over. She memorized facts on flashcards the night before the test. She stayed up half the night studying for the exam. And she managed to get good grades but didn't retain much. And were your predictions more or less the same? They were. Good job! We shall try to search for some more details now. There are 6 questions for you. What is important for creativity and learning? What does she do instead of staying up half the night studying? What is her learning strategy? What does she do? How does she stay focused? What does she call multitasking? What is interleaving? Pause this video lesson now, listen for the second time, and write the answers into your notebooks, please. And here are the answers. Sleep and exercise are important for creativity and learning. Instead of staying up half the night studying, she gets plenty of rest. She studies for about 25 minutes, takes a break, and walks around the block or does jumping jacks by her desk. To stay focused, she turns off her email and other distractions while she's trying to learn. She calls multitasking a fallacy. Interleaving is a method of combining different learning techniques, reading books, visiting places, taking a class, etc. Well done! And finally, in order to be as successful as possible while learning, there are 7 magical steps you should follow. Pause this video lesson once again, listen to the woman, and write those 7 steps into your notebooks, please. There are some hints here to help you in your work. Let's check those 7 magical steps while learning. Highlight the most important concepts and keywords. Recall or teach yourself what you have just read out loud, like explaining to someone else. Avoid cramming by starting learning early. Repetition hardwires our brain and helps us remember. Spread out your learning over several days to take hold in your brain. Don't try to grasp everything at once. Do it little by little in chunks. Use the method of interleaving, which means use more than one technique in order to bring all bits and pieces together. Use slicing and dicing in order to form a chunk. Great job! Your homework for today is to create your learning plan for a subject of your choice. Please name the subject and the topic you are planning to learn. After that, make a recording of your explanation of the learning plan. Please do your homework in a Word document. Don't forget to use the 7 learning steps. Use the vocabulary from today's lesson as well. In order to record your speech, use the digital tool vocaroo.com. Copy and paste the link or the QR code on your learning plan. Finally, send your homework to your teacher. It's time to reflect on today's lesson. In order to do that, please write 3 things that stuck with you after today's lesson. Write down 2 questions you still have. And finally, name 1 thing you would like to know more about. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson and that today was your day, the day when you've learned how to learn. Don't forget that learning is a process and that success doesn't come overnight. Until the next lesson, bye bye.